Hello guys and welcome back to Blindfold Chess Training Day 16. For this day we are doing blind tactics on leestudy.org. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and make an account and try these yourself if you're interested in learning blindfold chess. And yeah, so the way we're going to run today's video is we're going to go through these puzzles, we're going to go through the moves, the variations that have been played, and then we're going to attempt to find the solution, all while not playing out the moves on the board. So I recommend you guys pausing the video, playing out these moves, and then unpausing the video and seeing my solution and see how your thought process compares and if there's any room for improvement there. So that's what we're doing today. Yesterday we did the pieceless tactics. These I think would be a bit easier, but also a bit practical, where you see a position in your head in blindfold chess, but once moves start happening, you might start losing the position. But that's what we're working on today, some calculation training. So let's see what happens. So in this position, it's black to play and win, they're saying, and the moves have been played are these. So first let's just take stock of the position. Two rooks, they have two rooks and a queen and an outside pass pawn, and we have a bishop, a rook, and a queen. So we're down material, we're down in exchange, but what we have for the exchange is a weakened king. So I'm looking for ways that we could attack this king potentially, and yeah, it's looking pretty good for black actually. So let's see what happens. So the black player played queen f6. Okay, they played queen f6. The opponent played f4. Okay, so I recommend you really try and visualize this. If it helps, close your eyes. If it doesn't, I think two moves should be fine. So it's queen f6 and f4. Now we play the move g5. I think the point of g5 is pretty obvious, just to break open the structure. And they play the move f takes g5. So in this position, it is black to play and win. This one is super simple. So yeah, we'll run through the solution. So these are pretty easy. I will definitely up the ante, especially I think we were doing harder stuff on day 4, if I'm being honest. So here we played queen f6. The opponent played f4. We played g5 and they took. So now you have to see, if you're evaluating this in your head, what lines have opened up that weren't available before. So before the move f4 was played, this g4 square was unavailable to our rook. I could already see the rook could potentially swing over for an attack, but it can't come to g4 immediately because the pawn on f3 blocks it. But once they play f4 and g5, my brain immediately thinks, okay, the rook can now take this, and once it takes, the king is forced to move. The king only has one square, king h1, and now we just simply play queen f3, and that's checkmate. So we'll play the move. I'm not sure how this works. I think, yeah. So this is the last position, so yeah. They replied with king h1, now we put the queen on f3. Yeah, tactic solved. Very good. We'll do one more easy one, and then we'll up the difficulty. Okay, in this position, we do the same thing. So first of all, we count the material. So we have two pass pawns here. They have one. So one on the queen side, we have two on the king side. They have four on the king side, and we have two on the king side. We have a bishop. They have a bishop, the two rooks, and a queen. So it's about equal. We're down one pawn, but nothing too extreme. And what I'm immediately seeing is this bishop pins this pawn to the king, so this would always be a threat in the air. But also our rook is hanging, so we have to consider that as well. And potentially rook d. Sorry for the yawning, I am a bit tired. I don't know how many hours of sleep I got, but probably not many, since I've yawned like 4 times in the span of 4 minutes. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what rook moves were played. So rook f8 was played, saving the rook. I think that's pretty obvious. Now after rook f8, they play queen e5. Queen e5 check. So here we have two moves. Are they going to play queen f6 or are they going to play king g1? Let's see. Or rook g7. I actually don't even see rook g7. Yeah, rook g7 is actually better. And rook g7, yep. They play the move rook d7. And here we have to try and win the game. So let's see what happens. Let's run through it again. So rook f8, queen e5 check. So the queen is moved, the rook is moved. Rook g7 and then rook d7. So now the rook attacks my rook. Queen is on e5. Aha, okay. So I think this one is pretty easy as well. What we have to notice is this pin was on, and it was on the whole time. The only downside was, once we took this pawn, king goes to g1. Normally we can't play queen g2 because the queen is defending, but the queen now is on e5. So actually the move would be queen h3, and then after king g1, we simply play queen g2 mate. Very good. Okay, now I'm gonna up the difficulty. Let's up it slightly. Let's do 6 moves in the future. We're turning into, who's that character? Is it Doctor Strange? Who's the guy that can see like many moves into the future? Who is he? Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange travels into the multiverse. No, this guy travels into the multiverse. I think he's the guy that can see into the future. I think so. We're turning into him. Alright, let's go. Wait a second, this is the same puzzle. Is it not? Yes, it is. Okay, let's not do that one. Next one. I guess I give up, sure. It's the same puzzle. Okay, this one's a better one. I feel like I've seen this before. Which is weird, because you typically don't revisit chess puzzles, but this one seems oddly familiar. Okay, let's see what happens in this game. I think I don't need to say much about the material count. White is up a pawn, clearly, but their king could be weak in some cases. So here it's black to play and win. We play the move queen e4. Okay, black's queen's now on e4. Remember the threat? Threat is rook h3 now, because that g2 pawn is pinned. Same thing in the other example. They play the move b5. What? Queen e4, they play b5. And if I'm not mistaken, why don't we play rook h3 there? Okay, rook h3 would be mate. So I think they've just missed checkmate. So it is what it is. But they play b5, queen a8. So queen goes to a8. What is going on? The queen is on f7 though. Huh? Okay, I think this one is glitched. So some of these I've realized are a bit glitched, unless I'm... No, they play b5, we play queen... Oh, sorry, we play queen a8, okay. Why in the world would we play queen a8 when we can have checkmate on h3? Okay, sure, we play queen a8, sure. They play b6. We play queen c8. Okay. They play b7. Okay. Now it's black to play and win. This is easy, but they don't need to make it this difficult. We could have won very easily before. But yeah, black to play and win. Pause the video, try and solve it. And I think it's very easily just rook takes h3. The point is the pawn is not pinned now, but once they take back, queen takes would still be checkmate, because the king has no escape. But they made it unnecessarily difficult. So yeah, just rook takes and then queen takes. Easy. One more easy one, and then we'll up it to 10. We'll up it to 10. This is very easy. Okay, same thing here. 2 bishops. For black, we have a knight and a bishop. Oh, here we're down plenty of material. We're down a queen and a knight. So if we don't checkmate them as quick as possible, we lose the game. So what was played here was rook takes h6. So we take the bishop on h6. Now, we don't have a... No, I guess we have a threat. I guess the threat would be like bishop e8, maybe. Bishop e8 would be checkmate. Okay, rook takes h6. King to g7. Okay. Yeah, that makes a bit of sense. Rook h3. Okay, king g7, rook h3. Yes. Bishop takes d5. Okay. Rook takes h6, king g7, rook h3, bishop takes d5. F takes c5. Okay. rook h8. So in that position, it is white to play and win. This one is not as easy as the ones before, which I like. So rook h6, let's play through it again. If you've already solved it, well done. Rook h6, king g7, rook to h3, bishop takes d5, f takes e5. Okay, rook h8. Okay. I think I'm seeing the solution. I think the point is the bishop has to retreat, but it can't retreat to any square. We have to move the bishop such that we give a check to the black king on g7. Now, if we bring the bishop along the b1 to h7 diagonal, let's say we bring it to c2 to unleash the check, I don't think that's as effective because the king can simply come to the f7 square. So I'm still liking the prospect of bishop e8, which would block off the f7 square. And after bishop e8, the king can't come to f6 either because the pawn is captured on e5. So the king is essentially stranded. And there they would have to play... What move would they have to play there? King f8? Yeah. I believe king f8. Yeah, and after king f8, we can play rook takes h8 check. And their only move would be blocking on g8. And we would simply play any rook takes g8 would be mate. And that would be the solution. So what's happened is this. If you can't see this one, I don't blame you. This one is a little tricky. Rook h6, king g7, rook h3, bishop d5, bishop d5. Oh, I messed it up. Rook h6, king g7, bishop d5, f takes e5, rook h8. No, rook h3 I missed. After king g7, rook h3, bishop d5, f e5, rook h8, and here I just believe it's bishop e8. Yeah, and this is the only move they have. King f8, we take the rook, bishop has to block, and any rook can capture, and it will be checkmate. So let's go with that. So the move is bishop to e8. Correct move. They reply with bishop g2. Oh yeah, I guess they can block with this bishop, but that doesn't do anything. We just take it. King f8, and now we just take the rook on h8. So our rook's on h3, we take it on h8. Very good. Okay, let's up it to 8. And let's try this. Okay. These are going to be slightly harder. Let's do another 20 minutes. Let me just set a timer on my phone. Okay. In this position, the following moves were made. First of all, let's count the material. 2 rooks, a bishop. We have 2 rooks, a bishop, and a queen. They have 2 rooks, a bishop, and a queen, and a knight. So this is looking like some type of King's Indian. Pawns are equal, and we're just down a piece. So in this position, we play the move queen h5. So black plays queen h5. And the point of queen h5... Is that 5 yawns? That's fine. The point of queen h5 is to not get taken by the knight. Very simple. They play f takes g4. Okay. So they take the pawn. We play rook takes g4. Okay. We take back the pawn. Now we have some potential rook g8 ideas. We have f3 ideas to open up the bishop. Maybe rook h4. Let's see. Now we play rook g4. They play bishop e2. Bishop e2 pins the rook to the queen. And now we play the move queen takes h2 check. So now it's been sacrificed. Okay. Sacrificed, king takes h2. f3 check. Oh, they're going for a brilliancy prize here. Blocking off the bishop. f3 check. And now, okay, seems pretty simple here. King h1. And now I think the move is pretty trivial. So, black to play and win. Pause the video. I think this one is pretty easy since it's entirely forced. The rook on g4 now can simply come here to h4. King is on h1. It can't come to g2 because there's a pawn here. And if the queen blocks here, the rook will take it, and it's defended by the bishop. And the knight can block, but we'll just take it. So the move is rook to h4. They play the move knight h3, we take it. They play the move king g1. Oh, king g1 I actually didn't see. Oh, I failed to see king. Oh, because the knight blocks, yeah. Okay, that's why. So after king g1, what can we play here? So if you haven't solved this, still pause the video and try and do it. Because actually I haven't solved it yet. Oh, okay. It's pretty easy. So I think the idea is now... Oh, am I actually... Okay, I am running on like 3 hours of sleep. But, okay, we'll do a few more. So the point is, this is where the visualization really comes in. Because I didn't see this at first, but I realized what happened. So, after queen h5, or queen h5, then after they took, we took with the rook. Now you notice something that happens in this position. These pawns have been exchanged. And if you don't visualize, you don't visually take out that pawn from the board, you're not going to see that. That's something I had to work on for a while. But when you're playing blindfold, you have to really remember everything that's gone from the board. These pawns have disappeared. They no longer exist. It's like... What joke can I make here? No, I don't think a joke. I am too tired for a joke anyway. Queen h5, they take rook g4. Now bishop e2, and we play the move queen takes h2, king takes h2, f3, and then king h1 is essentially forced. Then we play the move rook h4, knight h3, we take king g1, and here we have to notice that this has opened up. Rook g8. And I believe that's winning. I think so. Then the king comes here actually, f2. Is it that simple? I guess so, because there we have rook h2, king e1, and then rook takes e2, queen takes e2, pawn takes e2, king takes e2. No, that's not winning. Okay, something is wrong, because there they have two rooks, we have a rook and a bishop. So something is wrong there. Okay, let's redo this one. Okay, I'm gonna do this blindfold. Not that I'm sleeping, but no, I'll do it properly. Okay, take. Yeah, that position is right. H4 we take. So I'm actually a bit stuck on this one. Queen h5 take rook g4. Bishop e2, queen h2, king h2, f3, king h1, rook g4, rook h4, knight h3, we take, king g1. Oh! Oh, wow. Oh no, that doesn't work either. I was thinking it's gonna be bishop d4 to block this diagonal, but then they just take the rook. So I believe the only move that makes any sense is to play rook g8. But then after king f2, is it that simple? Oh, wait a second, I'm wrong. The rook is on the rook is on h3, it's not on h2. Oh my god. Yeah, the rook is on h3. King is on g1. It is bishop b4. Oh wow, it is bishop. No, but then king g. No, king g2 is not possible. Ah. And then when they block with the rook, now we give the check. Now we go rook g8. h1. Yes. And checkmate. Wow, that's actually a cool one. That's a cool one. For some reason, I thought the rook was on h2. Let's play it out, and I'll explain this one a bit more. The point is we don't actually go for that line. We have to play bishop. We have to insert bishop d4 there. So let's go for it. So the final position was after king g1. What do we do? And after king g1, we have to play bishop d4 check. And yeah, correct move. They play rook f2. Here we play rook g1, rook g8. After rook g8, king f1. Now this is checkmate. So now this is mate. Tactic solved. Yeah, this was a tough one. So yeah. Let me try and see if I can replay this one. I don't think this has the feature to let me replay it. But essentially, we couldn't go for the other line because we just didn't have enough material. I think that's pretty evident now. So let's up the pieces a bit to 10. Let's do 10. Actually, I want to kind of play as white, so let's do 11. I give up. I can't do. Yeah, white to play and win. Alright, let's go. These are 11, so we really have to lock in. We have to really lock in for this one. Okay, this is the position. Typical position. We're down a rook, but we have an attack, and we'll probably win. So king e6 is played. Queen h3 check is played. Okay, that's doable. Nothing much has changed there. King f7. Rook f1. Okay. Rook f1. King e8. Rook f1, king e8, okay. Queen to e6. Ooh, that's a cool move. Queen e6 kind of cuts everything off. And it also attacks the rook. So rook g7 is played. Bishop g5. We're just putting every piece into the attack. Now the queen is on e6, the bishop's on g5, the rook's on f1. So try and keep that in mind in your mind. Okay, got it. Rook g7, bishop g5, queen d7. So now they're trying to offer a queen trade. Of course we don't want a queen trade. So we play the move bishop takes g6 check. Yeah. So here after bishop takes g6 check, now rook will take on g6, and now it's white to play and win. Ah, nice, nice. That's a nice one. Okay. So here we have to be very picky about the move order we play. So what's happened in the game is this. So hopefully you've solved it, or if you haven't solved it, now's your time to pause and solve it. So after king e6, we play queen h3, we give a check. The king goes back to f7. We play rook f1. They go back to e8. We play queen e6. Very logical move, very logical chess. They play rook g7, defending the rook from the queen. Now we play bishop g5, adding more pressure. And here they go wrong with the move queen d7. Now white sees the sacrifice. They see the move, the winning move, which is bishop g6. And the point is after rook g6, now we have a winning sequence. Now, one thing I noticed straight away is, okay, I think I actually, Wait, did I see something incorrect? I thought the move was just rook f8, but now I'm having second thoughts. Because you've sacrificed too much material now. You simply can't just win the queen. So my point was rook f8 and I just take the queen, but bishop g6, rook g6, we can play queen g6. Ah, okay, we can play queen g6. Ah, okay, we can play queen g6, king d8, and then rook f8. And now the bishop is pinned, it can't take the rook. And that's winning. They'll play queen d8. And yeah, that's going to be winning. Yeah, that's the solution. I think it's pretty easier than what I thought. But yeah, I think we just take here. King d8, and now we give a check. Queen e8, and now we can take... Which one do we want to take? Yeah, we just take the queen, right? No! Oh, I got it wrong. Yeah, that was me being a bit antsy to just hit the button on the solution. What? D8? So I'm getting this one wrong as well, so if you got it wrong, it's okay. Queen e8, why can't we just take it? I guess if we take with the queen, it's checkmate, but we win either way. Okay, yeah, true. Yeah, that was a miscalc by me, but either way, it's winning. If we took with the rook, we would just take we would checkmate next. We would just play rook takes. The king would come to d7. Then we would find a way. We would take here. It would be completely winning anyway. Yeah, they just go back and then we checkmate them. Yeah, it would just take longer, but it's still winning. Alright, let's do the last one. Very last one. Here we have black to play. No, white to... It is black to play. Black to play and win. So let's see. Bishop, 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 queen, 2 rooks, and 5 pawns. We have 4 pawns. Bishop, knight, 2 rooks, and a queen. Very equal material. I like the look of white's position right now. Bishops are in the territory, but our queen is here, pretty active. Potentially our knight could jump if it gets... but right now our knight's pretty bad, so let's see what happens. They play the move king h1, which is a okay move. Getting out of any tricks like this. King h1, we play knight g8. Very sad move. Actually, from knight g8, the knight is pretty much doomed to go back to f6, but let's see what happens. Knight g8, f5. Okay, so they're expanding with f5. Rook bd8. Okay, the rook goes to d8. Rook ab1. Okay, so our queen is hit. Queen a2. f6. Oh, that looks pretty bad for us. Knight takes f6 though. Bishop takes f6. Rook takes f6. Rook takes f6. And there we have a win. And I think this is easier than it even... And this is just simple. So, pause the video, try and solve it. I think it's very simple. Let's just go through it. In case you haven't got it. So, king h1. We played this very sad move, knight g8. They played f5, so they're attacking us. But after rook bd8, rook bd8, rook a to b1, queen a2, f6, so they're really attacking us. We play knight takes f6. They play bishop takes. We play rook takes. And here they make the critical mistake of taking with the rook. Looks like they're winning, but you have to remember, you have to look for unguarded pieces. And now after this move, we have a trick. So see if you can see the trick. Yes, well done if you got the move queen takes b1, but it's not the winning move. If you thought queen takes b1 checkmate, you would actually be wrong. Because queen takes b1, bishop takes b1, bishop comes back. You know that meme where the bishop like snipes from across the board? That's happened to us. But there we have the move, rook d1 check. The king is on h1. So here the only moves they have is to bring the queen back, we take it. They bring the rook back, we take it, and it's checkmate. So I will take it happily. Bishop takes b1, and I will give it checkmate. After queen e1, I will take it. After rook f1, I will take it. And the game is over. So well done today, guys, on making it through blindfold day 16, blindfold chess training day 16. And I'll see you all another day with some more blindfold training. And we're nearly up to day 21, where we will do some practice game. And yeah, by day 21, I think we should be able to play a full game blindfolded. So I will see you on day 17.